William Somerset Maugham. Salvatore. He was an Italian fisherman's son. He is the protagonist of the story Salvatore by William Somerset Maugham. William Somerset Maugham, pronounced Mom, William Somerset Maugham, born on January 25th, 1874 in Paris, France, and died on December 16th, 1965 in Nice, was an English novelist, playwright, and short story writer whose work is characterized by a clear, unadorned style. Cosmopolitan settings and a shrewd understanding of human nature. Maugham traveled far and wide during his life to Europe, North America, the Far East, the South Seas, and beyond. He also explored many professions, including that of a doctor, a spy, a playwright. But it is for his short stories and novels that he is best remembered today. There are many biographical details in his stories and characters. He avoids verbose sentimentality, favoring spare yet vivid, often cynical prose. His reputation as a novelist rests primarily on 4 books: Of Human Bondage 1915, The Moon and Sixpence 1919, Cakes and Alley 1930, and The Razor's Edge 1944. Maugham plays mainly Edwardian social comedies soon became dated, for his short stories have increased in popularity. Many portray the conflict of Europeans in alien surroundings that provoke strong emotions, and Maugham's skill in handling plot in the manner of Guy de Maupassant is distinguished by economy and suspense. In The Summing Up 1938, A Writer's Notebook 1949, Maugham explains his philosophy of life as a resigned atheism and a certain skepticism about the extent of man's innate goodness and intelligence. It is this that gives his work its astringent cynicism. The short story Salvatore, apparently a narrative about the life of a young Italian fisherman and his disappointment in love, is actually a masterly character sketch of the protagonist. Island of Capri, mostly fisherman, hard life, hot vine-clad hill with a placid sea and jagged rocks. Salvatore used to catch fishes to sell and for his daily life. Satyajit Ray, born on May 2nd, 1921 in Calcutta, India, and died on April 23rd, 1992 in Calcutta, was a Bengali motion picture director, writer and illustrator who brought Indian cinema to world recognition with Pather Panchali, The Song of the Road in 1955, and its 2 sequels known as the Popu trilogy. As a director, Ray was noted for his humanism, his versatility, and his detailed control over films and their music. He was one of the greatest filmmakers of the 20th century. Ray's films span an unusually wide gamut of mood, milieu, period, and genre, with comedies, tragedies, romances, musicals, and detective stories treating all classes of Bengali society from the mid 19th to the late 20th century. Most of Ray's characters are, however, of average ability and talents. It was the inner struggle and corruption of the conscience-stricken person that fascinated Ray. His films primarily concern thought and feeling rather than action and plot. The motion picture director also established a parallel career in Bengal as a writer and illustrator, making a significant contribution to children's literature in Bengali. He revived the children's magazine Sandesh, which his grandfather Upendra Kishore Rai Chaudhary had started in 1913 and edited it until his death in 1992. His detective stories and novels are particularly popular with teenage children. Ray created two of the most famous fictional characters ever in Bengali children's literature. Feluda, a sleuth in Homesian tradition, a Professor Shonku, a genius scientist. His stories are unpretentious and entertaining. Ray also wrote many short stories centered on the thriller, horror, macabre, and paranormal genres, which were published as collections of 12 stories. Fritch is one such story. It was first published in Bengali in 1971. This translation is by Gopa Majumdar. John Galsworthy, born on August 14, 1867 in Kingston Hill, Surrey, England, and died on January 31, 1933 in Grove Lodge, Hampstead, was an English novelist and playwright, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1932. He came from a newly rich upper middle class commercial family. Trained as a lawyer, he switched to writing as soon as his father died. His works mainly deal with the social class system prevalent at that time, concentrating especially on the upper middle class to which his own family belonged. Although he treated his characters sympathetically, he highlighted their narrow-minded snobbishness and suffocating moral values, projecting their egoistic tendencies as morally wrong. At the same time, he also campaigned for a variety of causes such as women's rights and animal protection through his writings. All these issues, plus many more related to the hardships faced by people in changing times, are to be found in his short stories as well. John Galsworthy is best remembered for his trilogy, The Forsyte Saga, chronicling the life of three generations in an upper middle class extended family, similar to his own. The Skin Game, 1920, and Loyalties, 1922, are two of his best known plays. His play Justice led to prison reforms. When in 1917 he was offered a knighthood, he rejected it, saying writing was an author's greatest reward. However, he later accepted the Order of Merit and also the Nobel Prize. In the narrative story Quality, published in 1912, Galsworthy poses the issue of the hardships that true artists have to face in a shallow, money-mad world that attaches little importance to the ideals of quality and excellence.